Hundreds of years ago, important news traveled at the speed of trains, letters, or telegraph wires tapping out coded signals. Now imagine someone telling you that one day, people will speak into a small device and their voice will instantly appear hundreds or even thousands of miles away. In 1876, that idea sounded almost impossible. But on March 7th of that year, a young Scottish inventor named Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for a device that would change human communication forever. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Earth Sights on This Day series. In this video, we're exploring the remarkable story of how the telephone was invented, how Alexander Graham Bell secured one of the most valuable patents in history, and how a single technological breakthrough reshaped modern civilization. The story behind that breakthrough is filled with experimentation, competition, lawsuits, scientific curiosity, and one famous sentence that changed communication forever. Before the telephone existed, long-distance communication was slow and limited. If you want to send a message across town or across the country, you had a few options. The most common method was writing a letter, but letters took time, sometimes days or weeks, to reach their destination. In the early 1800s, the world gained a revolutionary technology, the electric telegraph. Telegraph systems used wires and electrical signals to transmit coded messages using Morse code. Operators tapped dots and dashes that represented letters. It was faster than letters, but it had serious limitations. First, telegraph messages had to be encoded and decoded by trained operators. Second, you couldn't hear someone's voice, so communication remained indirect and technical. Alexander Graham Bell was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, in 1847. Communication was part of his family's life. His father and grandfather were experts in speech and elocution, studying how humans produce sound. Bell grew up surrounded by discussions about language, voice, and hearing. His mother was partially deaf, and later in life Bell would work extensively with deaf students. This personal connection to sound and communication shaped his interests. When Bell moved to North America in the 1870s, he began teaching speech and working with students who had hearing impairments. But Bell also had another fascination: electricity and sound transmission. He believed that if sound waves could be converted into electrical signals, those signals might be carried through wires and recreated at the other end. At the time, this idea was radical. To understand Bell's challenge, it helps to understand what sound actually is. Sound is created when objects vibrate, producing waves that travel through air. Your voice works because your vocal cords vibrate, sending waves through the air to someone else's ears. Bell wondered, what if those vibrations could move something electrical instead? But turning theory into reality required experimentation and plenty of trial and error. Bell was not the only person trying to solve this problem. During the 1870s, several inventors were working on similar ideas. One of Bell's biggest competitors was Elisha Gray, an American inventor who was also experimenting with transmitting sound electrically. Meanwhile, telegraph companies were investing heavily in improving communication technologies. On March 7, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell was granted U.S. patent number 174,465. The patent described a method for transmitting vocal sounds telegraphically. It covered the principle of converting sound vibrations into electrical signals that could be sent through wires. Remarkably, Bell's patent application was filed just hours before Elisha Gray submitted a similar claim. That narrow timing would later become the subject of intense legal battles. Just 3 days after receiving the patent, Bell achieved the breakthrough moment that would define his legacy. On March 10, 1876, Bell successfully transmitted clear speech through his experimental telephone. In another room stood his assistant, Thomas Watson. Bell spoke into the device and said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." In 1877, Bell and his financial backers created the Bell Telephone Company. The first telephones were sold in pairs, meaning they connected directly to one another. But soon engineers realized something important. Instead of connecting phones individually, they could connect them to central switchboards. Operators at these switchboards could manually link callers together. This innovation allowed entire communities to build communication networks. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of history's most important inventions. If you enjoyed learning about the story behind the telephone, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment, and sharing it with someone who loves history, science, or technology. And if you'd like to explore more fascinating moments from history, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. And finally, thank you for using EarthSight, where we explore the events, discoveries, and ideas